Guys, this video is brought to you by the new fantastic football fan debating app, Milli. If you would like to see myself and Matisse go head to head on the app at Saturday, 11 a.m, then make sure you download, because we are going to be discussing who is going to be coming out on top in this game. Is it Cole Palmer or Ryan Gravenberch? Ryan will be marking Cole, so it's a very important debate and you must get involved. It's very easy to do so. It's a debate and chat app where you can hear your favorite influencers, host your own audio shows, listen in, chat to us. Basically, it's your own audio podcast. Signing up, super easy, very quick. And the cherry on top is that you get to create your own AI avatar. I've done mine. It's decent, to be fair, and so is Matisse's. We've all done it by uploading a picture. You actually get some hilarious results, so make sure you jump on. It's audio only, so it's super easy to use. A very unique scoring system as well, so the more that you engage on the app, the higher you can climb in the ranks. We've got the QR code, we've got the link in the description. Get involved, super easy to download. And remember, Saturday 11 a.m, myself and Matisse going head to head for before the big game, Liverpool-Chelsea, which is of course on Sunday. So search, follow the Kop TV channel so that you can join the show. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code now to download the Milli app. See you there. Yes, people, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I'm here with Matisse. Let's give him a round of applause. It's probably your...
I'm clapping because he said my name right.
It's probably your 10th appearance on the Kop TV now.
Well, listen, I want 100 caps.
You want 100 caps? Big up to you.
It'll be real old when we get to that 100. Just sitting
Zimmer
there
frame settings. Yeah. No, we'll get there. If we keep going on how we're going, we'll get there.
As long as no one gets relegated, should be
100%. Shout out to Milli for sponsoring this video. As you've just seen, it's very easy to get involved. Me and this fella here, as if we don't see each other enough, we're also going to be battling it out on Milli, 11 o'clock Saturday, right? You might have a little bit of a hangover on the Saturday. You might be making your breakfast. Perfect. Because we'll be entertaining you 11 o'clock Saturday. Do not miss it. All you have to do is download the app using our QR code. If you type in AGT, you'll find me. Go and follow. And if you type in Matisse, you will find this fella here as well. So it's very simple. 11 o'clock, big showdown. But let's start off with this showdown first, because welcome back to the channel. I should say that. As everyone knows, we work together at least 2 times a week, sometimes even more. I've witnessed you go from a mud brother to challenging for top 4. Is that still your end of season goal, that you'd like to achieve that?
Yeah, for me, like, top 4's a must. It's not even a we can be there or thereabouts, and if we miss out, like, we actually have to qualify for the Champions League, in my opinion. Not only financially, but just as a kind of retribution, recovery from what I've witnessed over the last couple of years. Like, I need something to see progress, to see, evolution from this team. We finished 6th last year, so go a little bit better. And really, it's all about picking up cups, which unfortunately you've caused us quite a few problems over the last couple of years. Unfortunately.
No, fortunately. For our viewers here, it's very fortunate and deserved.
Well, one of the goals were offside, but one of the
should have taken your chances, mate.
Anyway, so yeah, it's been a tough time for us at Wembley. We need to get over that hoodoo. So I'm very much targeting one domestic cup, and then Conference League is like an absolute must as well. So I don't think we can do what I want in the cups and go for a title at the same time in Maresca's first season. Even with a deep squad, I just don't think these guys have ticked all the boxes yet in terms of the profiles and whatnot. Yeah,
I'd agree with you. I think the squad that you've got, the quality that's in there, you've obviously got to shine a few diamonds that are in the rough and put them in the starting 11, consolidate your starting 11. Obviously, you've got such a big squad. And funnily enough, I actually think at the start of the season, if you'd have said cup and top 4, we would have taken that.
Yeah.
So it goes to show how far you've come, and maybe the preconception that Chelsea aren't going to be anywhere this season. You actually are going to be somewhere. So Liverpool fans in the chat right now, top 4 and a trophy was the objective at the start of the season. Obviously, we've started very well.
Yeah.
Is it still that? Let us know. But this game, I'd like to talk about the context and the history of this fixture, Matisse, because 20 years ago, right, when me and you were 10 years old. Wait, how old are you?
27 now.
Right, so 7 years old. This rivalry, and I forget the quotation marks, actually. That was a mistake, because it is a big rivalry. Ever since, I think it was the last day of the 03-04 season when Jasper Kroenke scored against us to give you Champions League qualification and knock us out. That was under Ranieri, and then he leaves. Mourinho comes in, and Mourinho and Benitez like that
Carling
for
Cup.
at least 5 years. Carling Cup. You had the Champions League semi-finals, the FA Cup final, which we beat you in. You know, it was a real split down the middle in terms of which team came out on top in that era. And, you know, you tried to sign Gerrard not once, not twice, probably 3 times. The man who's actually behind you right there is booked. You got Torres in the end. Thank you for giving us 50 mil. We got Salah from a deflection.
Yeah, literally.
You got Raul Morelos. I think you took Yossi Benayoun
as well.
So I don't know why, but there's been a lot of swaps and trades, but this is a rivalry that is legitimate, and it's 20 years old now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I went to a cup final between these two teams a couple of years ago at Wembley, you could feel the hatred. Like the Scousers on one side, Chelsea fans on the other, giving it large, police having to break it up.
Yep.
And there is... one thing I will say is when we come together, they're great games. Even though a lot of them have been draws and even some 0-0s.
5 of the last 6 have been draws.
Yeah. Even though some of them 0-0s, if people watch those games, they're very exciting games. Loads of chances.
Drama.
Very intense. A lot of drama. And that stems from those Champions League nights. Those were whenever we faced Liverpool in the Champions League, those were my favourite nights.
It was horrible to watch
I just
at the
knew,
time, though.
like, you're going to be on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
But you've had the Luis Garcia moment. We'll never forget
They're
it.
chess matches, aren't they?
Proper chess matches. 4-4 at the Bridge. Do you know what I mean?
3-2 at the Bridge as well.
Yeah.
The year before.
We had 3-1 at Anfield.
Yeah.
So it's just they were. I miss those days.
Ivanovic scored 2, 3-1. I remember
creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Like those were the best days. Champions Leagues, us
They
in
were
quarterfinals,
incredible
semifinals.
clashes.
Oh, so good. Rafa Benitez versus Jose. They used to dig at each other in the press conferences, send shots.
I remember Mourinho said something about Benitez, which was well below the belt. He said,
Probably.
maybe if his wife feeds him some healthy food, he wouldn't be so fat.
Bro,
Something like that, along them lines.
Wouldn't surprise me if he said that.
No, I mean, nothing surprises
Do you know what was
me.
mad? You didn't even have you've got a better team over the last 5, 6, 7 years than you had back then.
Yeah.
But you guys had a certain spirit about you at Anfield where it was like, regardless of if it is Ryan Babbles and it is whoever, Aquilani's even, do you know what I mean? Skirtles.
Yeah.
Decent players.
Not
Agger.
Aquilani. No, Agger's a baller.
Agger's,
he scored
yeah.
against you 1-0 in the Champions League semi-final.
Long shot, was
Have
it?
Some respect.
Was it a long shot?
It was a pass on the edge of the box. Well-worked free kick that we've
Okay.
obviously worked in training.
Okay.
Agger finished.
And Gog.
Nah, I'm not allowing... No, I'm thinking of 04 to 09.
Yeah. So you're thinking of
The
your
10,
Gerrards, your Carragers.
We were washed in 10. You were like the best team in 10. But I'm talking about 04 when it was... I can name the team. Dudek, Risa, Hupia Carragher, the right back would have been potentially a Jimmy Traore, but mainly Steve Finnan.
Yeah.
The midfield, Gerrard, Alonso. You had Harry Kewell, Cisse, Barros.
Yes, Milan Barros.
We had Smica still, who obviously scored in the final. And then you guys, you know, the amount of interviews I've seen of a Gerrard, a Carragher, a Lampard, a Terry that say those games were the hardest to play in because you make one mistake, you're out. You know, the Champions League semi-final, the penalty shootout that we won against you, they were so tight. And I think as time's gone on, the rivalry has come and gone a little bit because we've both been in different places. And like I said, I was at the game last year, 4-1. You know, it could have been 5 or 6-1 actually. We weren't very clinical. But even though Chelsea have been in their down era, you could say, in the last 2 years, they've still been tough finals. They've been 0-0 or 1-0 going into penalty shootouts. It's still been tough. So like you say, the people at home watching this game, when it comes round Saturday 4:30, are expecting cards, drama,
Sunday,
goals. Sunday. All of this. So tell me why Chelsea can come and get a result at Anfield, and what does a result look like for you?
I think, respectfully, a draw is a good result. It is a good result because you guys are favourites. It is Anfield. Even City, when they're going for titles, will take a draw at Anfield.
Yep.
So we're not gonna, turn our nose up at a draw whatsoever. Obviously, we want to win the game. If we win the game, it would be massive. It would be beautiful to come in here on Monday after winning at Anfield. I mean, I would love to see what your face would be looking like.
Keyword would. If and would.
and we've got some threats to throw at you for sure. Cole Palmer, Madueke, particularly on the break, because I'm sure you guys are going to look to control the game, have the ball. I think Jackson's well equipped to at least give Van Dijk and Konate different problems to what they're used to, as opposed to just a physical presence up front that they can just literally just get touch tight to and just mark out the game. He will drift wide, he will dribble, he will run at them. But while saying that, we do have defensive frailties. We do have physicality issues in midfield. Potentially, we have set piece issues as well. And I look at Gravenberch, his physicality, going past players, running with the ball. I do worry about if Enzo Fernandez is in there. Is he going to be tough enough? Is he going to get stuck in with the duels?
Last season, he had a howler.
Back? Yeah. And then set pieces, Konate, Van Dijk coming up. Who are we going to mark those guys with? You know, that is a big, big issue. So I've got concerns. I've got hope with some of our attackers, but it's going to be a rough day. Like, for me mentally, I know I'm going to be struggling.
There we go. So we found Matisse's actual, feelings here. It's not, wait till I see you on Monday. If we win, he's very scared. I said if. It's a mask. It's a facade.
It's not a mask. It's a masked ball. I always have respect coming to away games, Big Six away games, apart from Tottenham, because you have to. Enough. You know, I say we're not in a title race. People go, what? Of course you are. I say no. If we were in a title race, we would have beat Forest and we would have beat Palace.
We lost to Forest.
Yeah, but like those are winnable games at home.
But does the Forest win at Anfield give you a bit of hope that you can actually go and win?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, like if we're compact and we are defensively sound and we work off a foundation that I've not seen too much of, right? But it would have to be in this game that we'd have it. Then we break. Then we have a chance. But defensively, we would have to do something that we've not shown we can do yet this season, which is be really, really, really resolute.
And I think that's...
especially against your attack.
That's what I was about to say. I think, yes, going forward, Chelsea, I think you've scored the most goals in the league. Or you're definitely in the top two.
Sure. Yeah.
So there is that threat. Obviously, we've only conceded 2 goals this season, but when you look at, Sancho, the assist that he's been getting, Palmer obviously can just score for fun. Jackson is a threat. Whether you want to criticise him or praise him, he's a threat, no matter what anyone says. And then again, for me, it's when we get a bit tired, the Netos coming on. All the Mudryks, the pace. We actually saw Mudryk make his debut at Anfield a couple of years ago. I think that was a 0-0 that game, or 1-0.
He was good that game.
I think it was 1-0. James got sent off, I remember.
James Milner.
But Mudryk, I was thinking, oh shit, Milner was right back that day.
Yeah,
struggling, but he hasn't done anything since that, really, apart from a couple of goals. So as much as Chelsea going forward are a threat, and we must do our due diligence in training, we must prepare for if Palmer drifts inside, we have to prepare for all of those things. But the thing that I think Liverpool fans will take joy from is your defence, right? Our defence is supreme this season so far. Again, have we faced a top 9 team? No, we haven't. But going forward, when you see Diaz 5 and 6, when you see Salah, I think it's 3 and 6. Núñez did score recently. Who probably won't start. Jota will start, I assume. How are you thinking about dealing with Liverpool's attack?
I know Fofana's suspended. I know Cucurella's suspended.
So who's starting in your defence?
Tossin's coming in, and Renato Vega's coming in for me. That's what I expect to see. Now, Tossin's well versed. He's Premier League experience at Fulham. Very good player. So I don't worry about him. Renato Vega, I like him a lot. I think he's a big shithouse. He's got physicality. He's pace.
Physical.
He's a good prospect. And I'm looking forward to see him in this game. I think he can play well, but he's coming up against Salah.
And you did say earlier, I'm looking forward to seeing Vega up against Salah. So am I.
I'm looking forward to seeing him, but it's a massive test. Like, this is a big moment for him, really. In
the first 20 minutes, he's going to be...
Exactly, yeah. Gusto's been struggling recently, so that worries me a bit with Diaz.
He's definitely going to be right back.
Yeah, because
so Reece James
definitely
not ready.
Not.
Will he come on at
He's
some
in
point?
Training. I wouldn't bring him on personally. I'm extra tentative, extra cautious with Reece James. I wouldn't even look at him until Conference League against Panathinaikos on next Thursday. And Lavia as well, the same. I think he'd be on the bench. I don't think he's ready to start at all.
So in terms of lineup prediction, I'm going Alisson, Trent.
Alisson's not available, mate, is he?
No, he isn't. So what am I talking about?
Long day.
I'll go for Kelleher. That is a hold, unfortunately. But Kelleher... you had to hold it against Kelleher when he scored against you in the final, mate. And Kepa smashed it over the bar. So you can respectfully...
Well, he's at Bournemouth now. So
I'll reverse hold. Right, here's the shield putting that hold back at you, yeah? So Kelleher in goal. I stand mistaken. Trent, Virgil, Ibu, Robbo. Gravenberch, Maka. And I would have actually put Curtis in to start, but because Soboslai scored 2 for Hungary and got engaged, I think mentally he'll be up for it, right? So I'm going for a Sobo in midfield, and then it writes itself. At the minute, it's Diaz, Jota, and Salah, and then off the bench, you could bring on a Curtis, you could bring on a Gakpo, you could bring on a Nunez, you could bring on a Joe Gomez, who's your mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to bodyguard him when you were selling cookies and that.
Yeah.
So big up. So that's my lineup prediction.
Options.
My score prediction, I'm going to stick with 2-1. I'm going to stick with 2-1 to Liverpool. We could concede a goal. I think, well, I'm predicting us to. And then we go again with Leipzig on Wednesday, and then it's Arsenal away.
Mad.
So this game is a must-win for Liverpool. We cannot not get the 3 points here. And I think if we do, which I'm hoping we do, it does send a message out to Arsenal ahead of that game that basically says to Robbie and Cecil and everyone else, you were laughing at us for not playing a top 9 team. Everyone's bigging up Chelsea at the minute. We just beat Chelsea, so now you be ready for us at the Emirates on next Sunday. So I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. Let us know in the chat right now. Lineup predictions, score predictions. Am I right? Am I wrong? What are you going for?
Party poopers, 2-2.
Goal scorers?
Palmer will score because Robbie's been asking for it.
So just because Robbie asked for it.
He's been asking for it. He keeps saying, well, where's Palmer?
Pathetic,
you know,
Robbie,
he's quiet, all this nonsense. So he'll go and shut him up now and shush him and, shiver me timbers. And the other goal, I'd like it to come from a defender, from a set piece, but I know we're not about.
Scored against us.
Yeah, he ain't going to play though.
No.
I'd love to see a typical, old
John
school
Terry
Chelsea
header.
goal. Yeah, we ain't going to have it though. I'd say, I could see Palmer getting both.
I mean, he
both
could
the
get
goals.
2.
I'm going to go 2. I can see Palmer getting both the goals, to be honest.
Yeah. So 2-2 you're going for. I'm going 2-1. Let us know in the chat what you think, right? As you know, we will be going live to talk about this match and in particular what debate are we actually going to be debating on Saturday? Let us know in the chat, actually. Let's ask the audience what they would like us to debate on. Is it Hazard, Salah? Even though Hazard did say a couple of weeks ago in Madrid that it's definitely Salah. He's just being nice, Matisse says. But let us know, right? If you're joining us 11 o'clock on the Milli app, you can listen in. But what would you like us to debate? Let us know in the chat. And don't forget, of course, we'll be at the game, won't we? We'll be at the game. We'll be doing fan cams after. And then Monday morning, we'll be seeing each other once again on DR Sports. But before that, me and Doyle on Hot Topics, dissecting everything that's happened in the game. So, Matisse, thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
I appreciate your presence.
I can't wait for the game.
And I will see you Saturday 11, Sunday 4:30, and then Monday 12:30. If we're all on time.
It's a rigorous schedule.
It's a rigorous schedule. By the end of Monday, I don't want to see this guy, with all due respect and respect obviously given. I don't want to see this guy for a while. That's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
And vice versa?
But we will see each other literally on the Thursday.
Yes. But it'll be nice to have that break from Monday to Thursday, won't it? Big up Matisse, right? My brother. We love him on the channel, right? He's the best Chelsea fan out there. So make sure you go and follow it up his stuff. And we're doing a preview on his channel as well. Indeed. So make sure you watch that. But until then, smash that like button, get your comments in. We'll see you soon. Take care.